All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the Excuse Me Brother podcast show. I'm your host, Brother Jay, and I got with me my co-hosts.
Oh, fuck everything. It's Brother Tay. What's up?
I'm Producer Jay.
Oh, I have a headache. This shit sucks.
He's been drinking too much.
I haven't been drinking this week.
Mm-hmm.
This week just started.
Exactly.
I
haven't been drinking this week. The statement stands.
Duh.
You're technically correct.
Yeah.
Not technically. I'm just correct.
The week just started yesterday, and you already tripping.
I hate it. It's tiring. I'm just tired.
Oh, by the way, guys, Jeremy's officially permanently part of the show.
They dragged me in, and now I'm stuck.
You're stuck here. You're stuck with the two of us.
I didn't drag nobody into nothing.
Yeah, you did.
I will not have that hold against me in court.
No, you definitely dragged him into this. But it's okay. He likes it here. Don't you, Jeremy?
Yes.
Don't you, Jeremy? You like it here.
Blink twice if you need help.
Don't you fucking blink.
Oh man, how was y'all day today?
It's been going.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was breaking doors today.
Breaking doors?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I worked from home today, and in the midst of me working home, me and my roommates decided that we were going to do a little creative renovating, I guess the word is. So we broke down some doors. We moved a room or 3. It was great. It's a fun time.
Nice.
I have no further questions.
Don't worry about it, man.
Oh man. Oh, so let me ask y'all a question.
No.
Did y'all see that new Black Panther trailer?
Absolutely.
Yo. Bruh.
Gave me chills.
Bruh.
It was beautiful.
To be fair, I don't know what it is about the Black Panther, the Wakandan chant, the one that goes choo, 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 choo. That thing just hypes me up.
I thought you were gonna do another one. Was it Ibambe?
Well, that one too, but I'm talking about the music that it leads into the scene or whatever. Because they played it a few times. They played it in Civil War. They've played it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And it's just, I don't know, something about that just makes me wanna fight for Wakanda.
You should always fight for Wakanda.
Well, yes.
So yeah, the trailer looked amazing. The new Black Panther suit looked amazing. I think that's what's her name in it, right? Nakia?
It should be.
No, it's gonna be Shuri.
That's what I meant. His sister, right?
Yeah,
Shuri,
his sister.
Your sister.
Based on the marketing, because they showed the poster and she's front and center. So it's unless that's a misdirect, which Marvel tends to do.
Yeah, they are known for that.
If you paid close attention to the suit, it looked very feminine.
Well, yeah.
You know
in the technical sense, when T'Challa dies in the comics, his sister does take over as Black Panther.
Right. So, they're going to address his death in the movie. They basically killed off the character.
Yeah. T'Challa is now dead.
So it's gonna be that movie's gonna be emotional as I don't know what. It's gonna be really emotional, and I know it has the potential to be one of the best Marvel movies ever.
It could potentially reach Endgame levels of success because the first Black Panther was, I think, the second best Marvel movie aside at the time, behind Infinity War.
Mm-hmm. In terms of draw power and
no, I'm talking about box office.
No, I'm talking about
that's what I mean. That was the correct term, box office.
Yeah.
I was like drop. I feel like draw power mostly depends on the actors you have. I wouldn't say that.
Well, you do have a lot of drawing power in this. In the first one had a lot of drawing power. They had what's her name?
The fact you said what's her name, it's a problem.
What's his mama's name? The woman, the actor just played his mama.
We were just talking about.
I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I know her face, and she's like a well-known actress.
Yes.
Well, y'all know I don't know no
Oh
actress's
God,
name.
I can't believe listen, black folk probably ashamed of me right now. Oh my goodness.
I look. I know who you're talking about. I know, like I said, I know the face. You know, I don't do names. I don't remember no one's name.
Oh Jesus, help me. What is her name?
Angela Bassett.
Thank you, Angela Bassett. Queen Mama Angela Bassett. Thank you. She was in that. That's some drawing power.
Pause. Why'd you say it like that?
What you mean?
You sounded so southern for no reason. Why did you say it like that?
I do have a little bit of southern in me. I have southern roots. I'm sorry.
That was bullshit.
I'm sorry.
That's southern twang.
You know what? I'm not sorry. It is what it is. Deal with it. But yeah, she was in the first movie. Lazy Eye was in the first movie. What's his name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Yes, Forrest Whitaker. Then of course you had your man's Michael B. Jordan.
Also Andy Serkis.
Yes. Yeah, see, you had Letitia, right? You had Lapita, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just butchering all names today. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out why you're naming all these. I'm just saying that
they had a lot of drawing power in the first
one. But I'm just saying they didn't. My thing was you said the most. I was like, I don't think they had as much as Endgame.
No, they didn't.
I didn't say that though.
We were just saying I was just letting you know what draw power meant, and like when you said it to me, right, I don't know why you started going. I can't tell you why you went to this field.
What I meant to say was box office. That's why.
Yeah, I know, but I was just telling you what my thought process was when you said draw power, and then you went into a spiel about it. I was like, I don't know how we got here.
Because your thought process sucks. That's why.
I don't think that's at all what happened, but okay, you keep telling yourself that.
Anyway, speaking of MCU,
what the fuck?
See, segues. MCU. We're gonna continue our tournament, right, fellas?
Well, it's not MCU. You keep saying MCU. It's non-MCU.
But you see how I did the segue, though, right?
Or pre-MCU. Yes, I see how you did it.
Thank you. Pre-MCU. Do you remember where we left off? Because I don't have the bracket.
I actually do, and I have the bracket in front of me. And miraculously enough, because I did it through a website, it didn't cut off when I exited the. You know how some pages refresh and then you just lose everything that you did.
Yep.
It's literally still saying that it's live.
Nice.
That's weird, but anyway.
So where we at?
So in this round 2, we have Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man 3.
Oh.
I mean, we can see how that one's gonna go. We have Spider-Man versus Blade.
Okay.
Wait. Which Spider-Man?
The first one.
Okay, the very first one with Tobey Maguire.
All Spider-Man made it the first round.
Yeah.
All 3?
Yeah, all 3.
Okay.
Then we have X2 X-Men United against X-Men Last Stand.
Okay.
And then the first X-Men versus Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
We eliminated Hulk?
The first one? Yeah.
So, yes, that one lost to Spider-Man 3.
Uh-huh.
What else got eliminated in the first round?
So in the first round, it was Elektra, Hulk, Daredevil, Blade Trinity, Fantastic Four, the first one, The Punisher, Ghost Rider, and Blade 2.
Okay, yeah. Our choices stand corrected. Well, they stand. Our choices stand. Okay, so the first round, the first matchup is what? Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man 3?
Yes.
How y'all want to approach this? Because believe it or not, I actually liked Spider-Man 3. I noticed that
I like Spider-Man 3 too. Maybe it's mostly because of hindsight, but I feel like I can sit down and watch that movie and I won't be bothered by it that much.
Spider-Man 2 was a lot.
It was an emotional journey.
And it's not. I like Spider-Man 3 gave me more entertainment than emotional feels.
Did it?
For me, truly. I thought Spider-Man 3 was more entertaining movie wise than Spider-Man 2. Emotional connection wise, Spider-Man 2 took you on a terrible roller coaster of pain.
I mean, good.
No, you got it, Jeremy.
So, like I said, with Spider-Man 3, I didn't really have an issue with it personally. Like, I know there's some people, like, especially in our group chat, who,
Come on,
like,
call him out. Call him out.
Isaiah, he despises that movie to his very soul. And I don't blame him. However, he kind of takes it a little too far sometimes.
By pretending the movie doesn't exist.
Right.
Come on, call it
Or
like
say,
it is.
what was it? He said no, when we first discussed this, we were talking about Logan. That's what it was. It was
Oh.
Logan, and he was saying that was the worst one, and he even said it was worse than Spider-Man 3. I can't remember which one he said was worse.
Well, I'm sure when he hears this, he's going to correct us. But
yeah, he'll tell us.
I don't remember if it was Logan that was worse than Spider-Man 3 or something else. But even then, I disagree. There, Logan was a magnificent movie.
Logan was great.
You know what it is. You know what it is with Isaiah. And Isaiah, we're calling you out. He despises Fox and he despises Sony. You know what I mean? So that's why he hates those movies. He thinks that the studios don't do the movies justice. He's a harsh critic.
Yes, he is. I mean, it's fair though, his criticisms.
Yeah, because he's a comic nerd. He's really deep into the comics, way deeper than me. I don't know about you two, but way deeper than me. But sometimes I do think his criticism can be a little harsh when it comes to the movies. Because he, like you say, he just completely pretends that Spider-Man 3 doesn't exist. And I'm just like, how? You know what I mean? And when you look at Spider-Man 3, the reason why it wasn't as well received as the first two is because one, in my opinion, is really hard to make a third movie in a trilogy. Like you think of it, how many trilogies do you know where all three movies are really good? You know what I mean? Think about that.
Technically, the Captain America movies were all good.
Okay, but look, that's MCU. They all tie into each other in some way, right? But think of pre-MCU. Think of the only one.
Are you talking about just movies in general?
Think of trilogies. Trilogies that you know about, like whether it's The Matrix, whether it's the Batman movies, Blade movies, any movie that you know that's a series where there's 3 movies. Think of how hard it is. Like think of the third movie and think of does it really hold up to the first 2?
John Wick.
You know what? You might be right about that.
I was like, all right, I'll give you that one.
But you see that's kind of like the exception. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's not a lot. Yeah, you're right.
I was still thinking. I was like, which ones? I was like, Batman's a good one, but like the first one, everyone hates. Everyone hates the first one, not the third ones. To the point where some of them actually don't consider it a trilogy.
Like, okay, I'll put it like this, right? You look at the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. All 3 movies were actually pretty good. The second one was obviously the best one, but as movies in their own right, all 3 of them were actually pretty decent. You know what I mean? But it's hard to do that. Spider-Man 3, while it wasn't as good, nowhere near as good as the first 2, I think that it kind of tells a rushed story, but a story that you can pretty much get behind.
Yeah.
And then you also got to remember that there was supposed to be a 4th movie that got canceled.
Yes.
So, I mean,
I think Spider-Man 3, if for anything, it lives on through memes. Because that's pretty much what like all the Spider-Man memes came from.
That's very true.
The dancing ones, all those.
The dancing Peter. I'm gonna kick you some dirt in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
The smiling James Franco one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's also as a blooper. I remember that one.
Wait, when they was in the
When he was in like the coffee shop and he looked
Yes.
back at Peter and then he
Yes.
disappeared.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That one. There's also the one where he's looking at Peter from like the balcony of a theater. And he's like
Yes.
with disgust.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, you're actually right. They lives on through memes. Yeah, I'm thinking about them now. That is actually pretty funny. But I genuinely think that Spider-Man 2 is the better movie.
Yeah. I should pick 3 just to be the contrarian.
No.
Well, you mean no? You can pick 2. I'll pick 3. I'll be the one.
Okay.
It's okay. I got you.
Plus, I like the storyline of the black suit. I've always liked the black suit storyline. Even in the comics, you know, how he got a new suit and it practically changed him to the point where Peter became a dick.
Black Suit Spider-Man was the best Spider-Man. I don't care what no one says. He was the most entertaining Spider-Man ever.
Bro, he had hands for everybody.
Yeah, he was willing to deliver.
and didn't care. And in that movie, he legit tried to commit murder. So it was like
he was
Peter?
He was all about the smoke, and he was out to give it and receive it.
Exactly.
That's Black Force Energy 101.
Where Peter stepped up with some Black Air Force One.
Black Air Force One.
This suit, like, what's that behind it? Is that a check? Oh fuck!
Is that a check?
It's a wrap.
All right. So then Spider-Man moves on. 2. Spider-Man 2.
Move on regardless. Spider-Man was going on regardless.
Well, yeah. Spider-Man does move on. That is also correct. All right. So next one is Spider-Man, the first one, versus Blade.
Ooh, this is a little hard. This kind
I'm a little biased because Spider-Man is my favorite hero.
Oh, you don't want to see a black man win. That's what it is.
Hey, there is a black Spider-Man, okay?
He got eliminated too, though.
Real, he got eliminated a long time ago. You don't want to see a black man. Come on, just say what it is, Jeremy.
I'm a little biased. You mean racist,
right? Like, put it.
For my defense, I said it before. I said it when you started. It's like I'm a little biased. He's like, he means racist. Don't listen to him. I don't know if the audio caught that. I definitely whispered that under my breath. So. Sorry.
Why do you put Spider-Man 1 above Blade?
I just resonated more with that movie than I did Blade. Like I said, I saw Blade Trinity before I saw the other ones. So it's just more nostalgic for me.
Well, you know, I can understand
nothing against Blade or Wesley Snipes as an actor or anything like that.
I can understand that because Blade did come out in '98. We were too young to watch it.
That too.
Niggas was only 5 years old when it came out.
Was the Blades were rated R, right?
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's practically a horror movie.
Oh man, that's
you know what I mean. It says Blade is a 1998 American superhero horror film. So, you know, it practically is. It was dark. Definitely, it was a dark movie in more ways than one.
What is going on with you, man?
No, I'm just saying, like, it was a movie that kind of predates us in a way. Like, it was kind of really the first superhero movie that got like notable attention in the 20th century, if you will.
I believe Blade is what saved Marvel from going bankrupt.
You know what?
Because they at the time they were licensing off the movies or the IPs to studios to make, and that was because Marvel was going bankrupt, so they were selling off all their popular things just to make money. And I think Blade was the first successful one, so it saved them. Which is, I think Blade was the first one they sent out or they licensed out, and that being a success led them to also do X-Men and Spider-Man as well.
Well, Blade. This movie was produced by who? Was it It wasn't Fox, was it?
Mm,
It might
I
have
don't
been.
know. It might
Let
have
me see.
been
New
Universal.
Line.
New Line.
New
Lion
Oh
Line.
damn.
New Line. Whatchamacallit? They
Lion Gate.
distributed it. It was Marvel Enterprises at the time, which, like you said, kind of practically saved it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some information that says Toy Biz and Marvel Entertainment Group were merged into Marvel Enterprises to bring it out of bankruptcy on June 2nd, 1998. So yeah, you were right about that. It says later the rights to names like Spider-Man were being challenged. Toy Biz hired an attorney to review its license agreement. So yeah, you were actually right about that, Jeremy.
Yeah, I be knowing stuff.
Look at you doing your homework. I'm proud of you, sir. But Blade was, like I said, Blade was like a set off for superhero movies. You know what I mean? It was like a jumping point, because it was like, no, what can you name a superhero movie before that that was really like big and garnered a lot of attention?
Um, not Marvel, but like the Superman and Batman movies.
Oh yeah, you had the Tim Burton movies,
Yeah.
and then yeah, you had a couple Superman movies, but
But
we're
those
talking
were
about
like,
Marvel.
yeah, we're talking about Marvel, but even in that, like that context, they were like cult classics. Like we
Hmm.
look back on them now and like, oh wow, those are like really of the time.
Right.
But when you compare it obviously to what we have today, they look very corny.
And over the top, and what's the word? Campy.
Campy, exactly.
They were very campy. And then when we talk about Spider-Man, I remember when Spider-Man came out, especially a lot of kids, we were hyped for that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The first Spider-Man movie is practically a cult classic too, because it was the first time we really saw Spider-Man on the big screen in that type of fashion, like a big feature film.
Right.
And it obviously it spawned a trilogy, and then it spawned two more Spider-Man movies, and then they tied it into the MCU later. But the first Spider-Man movie definitely has its own legacy in its own right. And I think that movie was actually kind of fun. It was fun to watch, as opposed to just like Spider-Man 2, that was an emotional journey. I think Spider-Man 1 was type fun. Deshaun, are you alive?
Oh yeah, I'll just keep talking. It's not
Sorry.
gonna hold you. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
say something.
y'all went into like the deepest production conversation. I was like, I got none for this. I will be here in this corner.
Now say something, brother.
I was confused on the word campy. I was
So
like,
You don't know what campy means?
no, the whole time you were saying it, I was like, what the fuck is campy?
We
so
were talking about the Batman movies, the old ones.
I
like
was
the
only
Adam West
imagining
joints, and the first Adam West movies, and then the Tim Burton movies.
I know what they are. I was just trying to figure out what you meant by campy. Just like it was just in the woods a lot. I was just confused.
No, campy is like it's over the top, like it's very childish to an extent,
Got
like
it.
like the whole G Willikers Batman, that type of thing.
The old Scooby Doo nonsense. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. It was some Scooby Doo shit.
Yeah, got it. I got it. Honestly, I don't have much of a connection. I've seen Blade with my family, so I guess that's a family aspect. But if I'm going straight off, what movie was better? Spider Man was better than Blade.
Yeah,
That's
you
just
really can't.
Yeah, I agree.
I
You
I
can't.
understand if you want to give it like a reference to be like, oh, it's like, oh, Blade led to this, and like it's a forefather. I'm like, that's nice. It's a forefather. There have been like that's like saying the top four presidents are the best presidents because they were the first ones. No, they just lead to something. They were good. I just think that there are better ones in that sense. Spider Man just happens to be a better movie than Blade. Nothing
Yeah.
against it. It's just the way it works. Just
Blade was a foundational movie, if you will.
yeah.
But a lot of people still to this day. Well, what came first? Did we? I forgot. We probably said it in the last one, but was it Spider-Man or X-Men?
X-Men.
Oh, I think it was X Men.
The first
was
X-Men movie came out in 2000.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, aside from that, I guess a lot of people still consider Spider-Man to be the start of like the superhero renaissance.
And that's a fair fight. That's a fair point to make.
Fair point to make. I agree.
I don't know if it's fully true because like the first X-Men movies got a very good. I didn't explode it up, but it definitely pushed it up to that point though. Especially with like Halle Berry as Storm and like everything working like that. Because that was like, so Halle Berry was like the huge draw then for that movie.
Right.
And then you had Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he
was new though. Like he's just off of Broadway, so
yeah, that's what exploded Hugh Jackman, and now everyone sees him as the most memorable X-Men character.
They just announced Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman coming back, so and that was like a megaton announcement.
So like, it's a good Palantir movie. That's good. But yeah, but it worked.
The Pioneer movie.
It's a good start. You can make an argument that that's like the founding, like the Renaissance for Marvel movies. That's the starting point.
Okay, agreed.
But and just as a sense, we're just comparing the two movies to Blade and Spider-Man. Blade's a good movie. Don't ever get me wrong. Spider-Man just happens to be a better movie.
I agree.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
And for and we'll say Blade. We'll give Blade one vote for our brothers. Because I don't want nothing.
Where we don't want Dr. Umar coming at us talking about, you don't find this suspicious? You guys choosing Blade? You chose Spider-Man over the black man, brother?
No, I just find it suspicious that the two Spider-Mans that you voted for how happen to have the black suited Spider-Man. Are you saying that Spider-Man is better off when he's not black?
As soon as they introduce the black Spider-Man, that's it.
That's when the movie gets bad, brother. Huh?
Huh? What are you trying to say?
Mind you, no, wait, real quick. Mind you, isn't whatchamacallit, wasn't Into the Spider-Verse the only Spider-Man movie to win a Grammy? Wow, an Oscar.
That album should have won a Grammy. First of all, I'll go.
That album actually was pretty good.
It was. I agree.
Yes, it won. To my memory, it won an Oscar for Best Animated Film that year.
Yeah, actually, it beat out. Didn't it beat out like a Pixar film?
I think it beat out whatchamacallit.
Frozen? I think it was Frozen 2 or it might have been Encanto.
Hold on.
Encanto came out last year.
Hold on, we're about to find out right now. Just quick side note.
I know it was like an upset. I know that much. That people weren't expecting it.
To a fair point. Anytime a Pixar movie is always nominated for Best Animated Film Oscar. So it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's why when it gets beat out, it's like a big deal.
So it was the first non-Disney Pixar movie to win since Rango, which was in 2011.
Rango. Remember that terrible shit.
Really?
I
remember I saw that movie and I have no recollection of what that was about.
That movie was all over the place. I am not gonna lie to you.
Let me see. Best.
I watched that
movie. Was nominated that year?
I'm trying to look it up now.
For Rango or for that year?
For the Spider-Verse.
Okay, so Best Animated Feature Film. The nominees were Spider-Man, of course, Incredibles 2.
That's it.
Isle of Dogs. Mirai. Am I saying this right? Mirai, Mirai, and Ralph Breaks the Internet.
That's two Pixar films.
Wreck-It Ralph was 2. No, that wasn't Pixar. It's
Disney.
It's Disney, but it was produced by the former head of Pixar.
What year is this again?
John Lasseter, I think it was.
Was it 2019? Do I want to say? It was 2018.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, the movies were in 2018, but the actual whatchamacallit was in 2019.
Oops.
So no, it beating out Wreck-It Ralph and
Incredibles.
That's a huge win.
That's huge. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what movie you're talking about now.
Yes.
That's Japanese film.
Did we wait? No, we talking about pre-MCU movies. My bad. I want to say, did we do Into the Spider-Verse?
No, we can do another one like at another time with like post MCU, non MCU movies.
You can have your full March Madness bracket. Another.
we can wait till March for that.
We'll wait till March. Yeah.
We'll just keep this winner. Just keep this winner from the thing when we do it.
Okay.
Just so we don't have to do this.
We'll take the winner of this one and add it.
Yeah. So we can skip a bracket.
As best superhero movies of all time.
Of all time, we'll be here. We'll have 4 episodes.
That'll be the March Madness episodes. We'll do 4 weeks of movie tournaments. Unless
I'd like to celebrate my birthday, not talking about things I don't know.
we'll discuss this at a later date.
Okay, fine. We can do that.
Please.
What's
all right? Next is X2 X-Men United versus X-Men Last Stand.
This is easy. I'm sorry. This is easy. X2 was the way better movie. X3 was just, it was such a letdown.
Hold on, I gotta see
Remind
the pictures
me
again.
of what happened in X3 because I really don't.
They killed. Remember that was the birth of the Dark Phoenix.
I was like, was
right.
that one?
The re-emergence, I should say.
I really didn't like that one.
Yeah, she killed Professor X. She killed Cyclops, and then she joined Magneto. Remember they had the cure, the so-called cure for the mutant union.
That's
this girl wanted to take it.
Rogue,
right? Because she was like, listen, I want to get laid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't blame her.
Wow.
That's pretty much what it was, bro. She wanted to get laid.
Got it.
Didn't she almost kill this dude, Iceman?
Yeah, that was the second movie. But remember, in the first movie, she practically killed the boy that she was with, and that's what caused her to go on the run.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Man. On the run.
Yeah.
And
then
they on the run.
What else happened? The Juggernaut was in the movie. The boy, the what's his name? Son was in that movie. The Angel Boy, whatever. They remember his father was like I think he was a politician behind the whole thing.
Yeah. Was that was 3?
Yeah, I'm talking about 3. Yeah.
I'm trying to because I don't.
Literally, the only thing, not the only thing, but the main thing I remember, and what a lot of people probably remember as well, is Juggernaut running through that train car thing, and he was just like, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch."
Yeah. That was
That lives in
meme. Unexpected.
That lives in meme history forever.
Yes,
it will never go away.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You probably won't know because you'd have to watch the movie again. They made a reference to that in Deadpool 2 when Juggernaut came out, and he was like, "I'm Juggernaut, bitch." I think I'm almost positive they made that reference.
You might be right because
I don't remember. I don't think I saw Deadpool 2 because it's not in my memory anymore.
Really?
I saw Deadpool 2. What's her name was in it? Zazie Beetz, right?
I remember. My brain just doesn't remember the movie anymore.
It wasn't as good as the first one either.
It wasn't as good. It was still pretty good though.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I expect it to be funny. That's what it normally is.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. That's probably why you don't remember it.
Okay.
But remember at the end of the third movie, Wolverine has to kill what's her name?
Yes, I do remember that.
So it caused a lot of people really did not like that movie at all. And in fact, when they did Days of Future Past, it kind of retconned everything. Kind of erased that timeline.
They erased all the previous timelines into one.
Right. So a lot of people were happy about that,
that's how they say they're gonna introduce Deadpool and Wolverine into the MCU. Using that rebooted timeline.
Makes sense.
Okay, so because check this out, right? Apparently Logan is its own timeline.
Yes.
So is that the same timeline that they're gonna put into the MCU, or is that a
No,
different altogether?
that's gonna be its own thing. Kind of like him in Doctor Strange, where they had different universe delegations or whatever. It's like 838 or whatever.
Yes.
So that Logan one is gonna be its own universe.
Okay.
And then whatever one they choose, probably the Days of Future Past one, is gonna be brought into the MCU. I don't know how exactly, but that'll be the one that they use, supposedly.
They'll make it work somehow.
And quick side note, this just goes to show you that A, money talks, and B,
absolutely.
if you have such a creative vision, you can get anybody on board. Because remember, Logan was supposed to be his last time doing the movie, but you see now that what's his name, Ryan Reynolds, got him to reprise the role.
After
And if they
years of begging,
right, years of begging, you know what I mean?
Every day there was a voice message. Please, please, Hugh, one more.
And if you can, create a good enough story for him to come back and play the role, we get more Wolverine.
yeah.
So it's
I
like,
think what helped was the fact that the MCU blew up, and Hugh Jackman himself was like, I would like to be in an Avengers movie. Like that was like his only like hang up about leaving the role, that he wanted to be in the Avengers movie, like the team up with everybody. So I think that being the last thing that he wanted to do helped them get him back.
well, it's also interesting because he said one of two of the reasons why he said he wanted to give up the role was, one, he didn't want it to become stale. Like, he didn't want us to get sick of him.
Right.
And two, he said that his skin cancer was problematic for him also.
He had skin cancer?
Yeah, he has skin cancer, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah, bro. Tayshaun, did you know that?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus. What's the last thing you remember me saying?
Skin cancer.
Okay, Hugh Jackman said that one of the reasons why he wanted to give up the Wolverine role was that the skin cancer was, kind of taking a toll on him, and plus his age, all that training that
I
he
knew
had.
the age part.
I figured it was age. I didn't know he had skin cancer.
Yeah, he has skin
right.
cancer.
I've never heard that before.
That's news.
Let me see. He got diagnosed with skin cancer.
That is news to me.
Hugh
Hold on, I'm about to
Jackman.
look this up.
Skin cancer. He got diagnosed back in 2013, and he's been diagnosed with it 6 times.
Damn.
Yep. He had a lesion on his nose. It's because the dude doesn't wear sunscreen. Like, come on, get it together, bro. Get it together.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
that's part of it. It's a real thing for him. So, but you see now they were able to bring him back because the MCU is as big as it is. The money is probably too much for him to turn down. I mean, you look at Jeremy. Yeah, well, you too, Tayshaun. Y'all watch wrestling sometimes. Think of how many old stars keep coming back because they dangle that carry. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
You know what I mean? We give you a quick 20 mil.
Sometimes it's too good to turn down. It's too good of a deal. That's like
Right.
with like you said with wrestling, Shawn Michaels.
Exactly.
He left, like he was the only person to leave and stay retired.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back.
Exactly. You took an 8-year retirement, and not only that, the storyline was pretty damn good. You know what I mean? The match didn't deliver, but the story behind the match was.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you dangle that carrot enough, they'll come around. They'll come around, especially as an actor. And he's an A-list actor. He's got to keep his name in. Got to keep his name afloat. So get it how you get it. You know what I mean? Get it how you get it. Where we at now?
Hold on. I gotta go back to it.
It's still X-Men.
Oh yeah, we're still on X-Men.
That whole tangent was just about X-Men.
Sorry.
It's all good.
So we both agree that X2 was the better movie. We all agree.
Yeah.
Sure.
Y'all think differently?
No,
it's like personally, I didn't like the X-Men movies didn't resonate with me too much.
In a personal sense, Jeremy doesn't care. That's pretty much what he's saying. It's okay. Next.
All right. Yeah, you could have just said that, Jeremy.
Sure, fine. I don't care.
All right.
No, all right. Yeah, X2.
He cares. It's not that much about the X-Men movies. Got it. Let's go.
All right. Next one is X-Men versus Fantastic Four.
God damn it.
Surfer.
The first X-Men movie versus Silver Surfer. I think that first X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one. The first X-Men movie. I like the Silver Surfer, but
can't get over
part of that movie makes
tornado.
Part of that movie always makes me laugh because how funny it was. With the tornado and shit.
That's when Chris Evans was whatchamacallit, Mr. Fantastic, right?
No, he was Human Torch.
Right, he was Human Torch. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
Which they make jokes about. They make jokes about that.
Do they?
Most like some of them like the Marvel stuff. The Marvel video games always make fun of it. When it's whenever like the Ultimate Marvel Alliance, if you get Captain America and Chris Evans together, they'd be like, "You look familiar." It's like, so do you.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
Well, it's I haven't played a Marvel video game in like.
You never play Spider-Man?
Well, okay, yeah, that counts.
Yes, that is a Marvel video game.
Right.
I kind of just cut you off right there.
You got a whole PlayStation and you never play Spider-Man? That is criminal.
I have both Spider-Man and Miles Morales. It's actually pretty nice.
He really cut you with that one. He's like, stop.
He really did. Now. He really did. I forgot all about those games. But before that, I can't remember the last Marvel game I played.
It's okay. They just like to make some of the Marvel video games just like to make jokes like that sometimes. Especially, it's more famous known for like the Lego stuff because you get a trophy for it or
I was
an achievement.
Say the Lego ones that I've played.
Yeah, Lego ones do it a lot.
Okay, well, back to the movie, right? So I think X-Men was another one of those foundational superhero movies.
Yes,
along with Blade. That kind of like set the stage for other superhero movies because like we said before, the first X-Men movie had a little bit of draw power to it because it had, Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen.
Not for nothing, that's a pretty star-studded cast.
You see what I'm
now
saying?
It's a star-studded cast now, but like,
even Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen,
dude, Patrick Stewart,
Ian McKellen, Halle Berry,
Star Trek,
and Halle Berry.
Yeah, I'm saying it's more star-studded now that we're in this. Like now that we're in the future now. Like I'm sure it was a good cast before, but you named like 4 other names, and that probably wasn't like hitting big time at that point.
Hugh Jackman and what's this guy's name? Who plays Cyclops?
It's okay.
He kind of didn't.
No, just in general, but no, X-Men. The first one was just a better movie. It's a much better movie than the Silver Surfer one. Logically speaking, there's a lot of things wrong with the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of things.
I'm actually surprised the sequel was made.
The sequel was made because the first one did very well. I don't know if they really, because when the first one ended, I don't know if they really had plans to make a second one. Like they left it on a cliffhanger, like they do with every superhero movie.
By the way, the actor who played Cyclops, his name was James Marsden.
But he's still like a C-list actor though.
Yeah.
His star never rose.
He was in Notebook apparently.
Was he the head person on the Notebook?
The last thing I saw him in was Sonic.
Oh, that's right.
That's him.
Go faster. Gotta go faster.
Yo, I never. Yo,
you didn't know that?
I never noticed it.
He didn't put it together. He didn't put it together until now.
Because he's like you said, he's irrelevant, bro. Like he's not.
He's one of those guys that you see all the time, and it's just like he fades into the background because he's one of those actors. He's just, oh yeah, there's that guy.
That's crazy.
We all need actors like that. Everyone plays a role.
Donut Lord. That's who he was. Donut Lord. That's what Sonic called him in the movie. Donut Lord. Oh shoot. That's my mind is blown right now.
Everyone has a role to play.
Oh,
well. He was pretty good in that movie though.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. He actually pretty was. You know what it is? I think it's because we never really got to see his eyes in the X-Men movies. So
yeah.
You know, I never put 2 and 2 together. You know, all these white boys look alike.
Just gotta cover their eyes.
Right? Okay.
So are we saying X-Men?
Yeah, X-Men.
I'm saying X-Men.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's the
Fantastic
semifinals with Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man.
And X-Men 2 versus X-Men 1.
Oh well, yeah. I'm just doing the next one. I wasn't gonna. This is just the first semifinal.
He did.
Wait, are we gonna finish the whole tournament now?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's only been 45 minutes.
Yeah, we still got like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, you were late. My bad.
Damn.
It even says how long we've been recording.
It's just gonna hold it over him. Yes.
Yeah, look at the chat.
My God, bro. My God.
47 minutes ago.
Listen, you started this thing. I ain't never noticed. Nah. Let's go.
All right, Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man.
Lord help me.
So I gotta go with Spider-Man 2.
I'm on Spider-Man 1, honestly.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Spider-Man 1.
Explain yourself.
I can't really explain it well enough. Like emotional wise and writing wise, Spider-Man 2 is better. I can feel that. I just feel like the movie itself was a lot better.
Okay,
to me personally.
Let's break it down a little bit. Let's go by production quality.
Oh no, I'm saying fully outright. Like for production wise, the productions and the effects are better than Spider-Man 2. Acting wise, there were some hiccups in Spider-Man 1. I will not lie, it was kind of cringy.
Like what?
So, Spider-Man 1 had some cringy acting moments. It was funny. It's always funny.
I chalk that up to just Tobey Maguire being a new actor.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire and I forgot the girl who played Halle Berry, but like you could tell, like
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
My fault. Mary Jane.
Kirsten.
Thinking on something else. Don't worry about it.
Her name is Kirsten Dunst.
Oh God! Wow. I didn't know.
There's another one that kind of faded away.
I remember. I know the name Kirsten Dunst. So Kirsten, whatever the fuck her name is, I forgot. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I said part of that movie. There's a lot of like cringy moments in that movie. Huh?
Name one.
What do you mean?
Name one. Name a cringy moment in that movie.
The whole scene, like when he first starts to get his like when he first realizes he has powers. So like no more glasses, and then like he saves her in the cafeteria. That whole awkward moment when he's like he collects everything and just looks her in the eye. That moment lasted a little too long for a movie.
Okay. I mean, you know what? Okay, I can understand that.
Well, and no, like entertainment. Like I'm not saying Spider-Man 2 is just a better movie. I just like Spider-Man 1 just a little bit more because like it just it keeps me like a little more happier entertainment wise. Especially when I think of Randy Savage in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He was Bonesaw.
Bonesaw McGraw.
Bonesaw is ready.
You're not locked in here. You're locked in here with me. I'm like, what is going on in this movie?
You want to know
5 minutes? 5 minutes of playtime. What's up?
So y'all remember how he had a different name for himself? It's just a plot hole that I found, after 20 years later.
Oh.
So in the first movie, remember when he went to the wrestling gig, he he tried to call himself the Human Spider, right?
Human Spider, yeah.
And the announcer was like, "Nah, this name sucks. I'm gonna give you a whole new name." And he said, "Yo, I'm gonna call you." He announced him as Spider-Man, right?
Right.
That's where he got the name for this.
That's where he got the name from. So nobody went back and said, "Wait a second."
Wait, what do you mean?
So the announcer, when he did the wrestling thing for money, when he got trapped in a cage,
Yeah.
he said when the announcer was announcing the names, he goes like, "What's your name, kid?" And he goes like, "I'm the Human Spider." And he goes like, "Nah, that's not catchy. That's not good. That's not enough for the segment."
He's like, the best. That's the best you got.
He's like, that's
yo, that sucks.
I know that part.
He's like, "I got you." And in the other corner, Spider-Man.
Right.
I got all that.
So my point was, he signed up, right? And he obviously had to give his government name. Remember, because the chick was like, "Yo, you're too small for this. This is like some big league stuff." And
they made him sign a waiver.
Right, made him sign a waiver and all this here, right? And he obviously won the match, so clearly he's gonna get his money, right? So when Spider-Man, the superhero, comes out and starts saving the day and whooping ass and whatnot, nobody at the wrestling gig said, "Wait a second, didn't we just have some kid here that?"
Well, I'm pretty sure they did. They probably used that to their advantage to sell tickets, like the home of Spider-Man or something like that.
Clearly,
I've never seen it.
No, it's even funnier because even if they like that whole time, he wore like almost the same costume,
the same red shirt, blue pants, and a mask.
I guarantee you, they did not.
Oh. That they seen the guy.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
nobody ever said, "Yo, that."
Especially the promoter. Especially the promoter who had to pay him like the money
and got robbed.
And got robbed by the person who killed his uncle. But like, this is all things.
And then nobody. And then the police didn't put two and two together and say, "Wait a second.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
A robbery and a murder occurred." From here to here, this kid was here that night, and that happens to be his uncle. And then we found him at the scene in the docks.
To be fair,
we're in the same fucking thing. Yo, what is going on? The costume was just redesigned. That's hilarious.
So to be fair, at the time he was a nobody. So they're not gonna pay attention to every freaking Joe Schmo that comes through the door.
This is not a regular Joe Schmo though. This is
even
guy who won your tournament.
No, this is even funnier. Is that like the next? It wasn't even like a week or two. Like maybe 2 days, maybe 2 to 3 days later, there was another dude named Spider-Man saving the world, going around New York City, saying the sound. At a certain point, wouldn't you be like, "Oh, I get what you." That's really funny though. Because if you go back and that's recorded, they go look back. There's like in this look at Spider. Like, oh, we got a guy like pretend to be Spider-Man.
The dude stuck in the wall of the cage for like 30 seconds.
And then like they're gonna look at this and they'll be like, "Huh, when did this come out?" Like, "Oh, this was recorded on this day." And they'll be like, Spider-Man wasn't a hero then. They'll be like, "What?" Yeah, Spider-Man didn't start saving people until like a week or two later. And they're just like, "Wait a minute."
Nobody put two and two together. You get what I'm saying, Jerry?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It is a plot hole.
No, that's just funny.
It's funny, but it's a plot hole. Like
it's only a plot hole because now we have like all this other stuff that makes us think of people. Before then, it wasn't a plot hole. That was just funny. That's a sketch you could have put on together. That's a sketch we could have made to be really funny.
You know what? We still could. We still could do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Oh no, I made a mistake.
All right, so that's the first Spider-Man. So Spider-Man 2.
You both said Spider-Man 2 is a better movie.
Overall, I feel like Spider-Man 2 was a better movie, like from a storytelling perspective and action. But
yeah, the fight scenes were incredible.
They had more fight scenes than let's be honest, they had more fight scenes in the second movie than they did the first one.
Oh, absolutely.
That first one was just really a setup.
It really was. It's that's why they, well, at least the MCU tries not to dwell too much on origin stories, especially for established characters.
Right.
Because it's like it's been there, done that. That's why they skipped that for the Spider-Man. But overall, Spider-Man 2 is better.
What did we ever have that conversation about like the best fight scenes in superhero movies? Did we ever have that discussion?
I think you brought it up in the chat.
I brought it up in chat, but did we ever talk about it here on the air?
Oh no.
No.
So I think it was the train fight in Spider-Man 2. The scene in Batman versus Superman, the warehouse scene, not the fight between them, but the warehouse scene where he saved Martha.
I never seen Batman vs Superman, so
what? I mean, it wasn't all that, but still.
That's why are you so shocked?
Yeah, like
everybody's seen that. Come on,
that's not true.
I'm not a DC guy, so even when it was coming out, I was like, whatever.
No, Jeremy, it's okay. I never seen it either, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, just go watch. Just look up Batman versus Superman warehouse scene.
Is that the one where he has a gun?
No.
Does he have a gun?
No.
No, there's a thing where Batman has a gun and he's killing people, which completely goes against Batman's.
That's why that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Batfleck is because he actually turned into a murderer. So Batfleck, yes.
Batfleck is hilarious.
Is Batfleck and Battinson. Okay.
Oh God.
Battinson. Yes.
I'm still not over it, Jeremy. I'm still not over. Sorry, not over Juicy J's dad voice coming out.
Huh?
It's like, does he have a gun, sir? I'm like, why are you talking to us like that? His dad voice came out for a minute.
Oh, my dad voice.
Yeah.
Was that the one with the gun, sir? Like,
so it was that one.
Look, someone come get their father. Come get their father. What's going on here?
It was those two fights. Then, Captain America versus Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And then there was one more I can't remember.
I don't think I didn't answer that one either. Actually,
the Thanos fight scene on Titan was pretty good.
Yeah, but that was like a gangbang. Pause. No, that's the wrong word. That's the wrong word. I'm sorry. That was the wrong word. Like they jumped him. It was like 7 on 1.
It was a jump.
That's a jumping. That was a jumping.
That was a mugging. They pulled up on him like, yo.
That was a gangbang. It's hilarious.
Sorry, y'all. That was the wrong word.
Anyway,
I think I never answered that. I think honestly, I don't know. There's something. Superhero movies are like kind of hard to do like fight scenes for with all the powers and stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? The MCU movies did a really good job of choreographing and filming the fight scenes. I
can imagine. It's because at a certain point you have to. It's difficult, but you gotta get it. Especially a lot of the Spider-Man fight movies their scenes are really good.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Got you. All right, the other semifinal round: X-Men versus X2. So we literally went down from the X-Men 1 versus X-Men 2 is Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
Hey, look, we did pre-MCU. This is what it is.
I mean, when we first, after you told me this, I was like, oh, okay. So Spider-Man versus X-Men, got it.
Essentially.
All right, so then we'll just wait. Which X-Men though?
This is
X2 versus X1.
I'm honestly more for X1 than I am for X2.
I'd say I'm X2.
I think I lean more towards X2.
Okay.
The story for actually I like the story for X1 also because I feel like there was actually kind of a plot twist to it. You know what I mean? Remember everyone they had us thinking that Magneto was after Wolverine when really he was after Rogue. You know what I mean? So when remember Rogue ran away because she almost killed Wolverine at the school.
Right.
Remember that? Well, Wolverine almost killed her actually, and she took his powers to heal and whatnot, and she thought that,
He almost killed him.
right. And then Mystique comes and she impersonates Bobby and tells her, yo, everybody's mad at you. You need to leave, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So she go on the run, look for her, and they get on a train and Magneto pulls up and, basically holds Wolverine by his skeleton, and he's like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
he's like, yo, what do you want from me? And he's like, nigga, I ain't worried about you. It's her I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the plot twist that I liked. What I liked about X2, really, honestly, the only like really two scenes about it more than anything, and it was the fight at the school where Wolverine just kills everybody, and then when he fought Lady Deathstrike. Everything else in between, I could pretty much do without.
In X2?
Yeah. Remember that? You remember the fight between him and Lady Deathstrike at the Weapon X facility?
No, not really. Not gonna lie.
It was at the end. It was like towards the end of the movie where they suited up to go to Alkali Lake, right? To the facility. Wolverine found the place where he was grafted with the skeleton. I mean, with the adamantium. And then Stryker pulls up with Lady Deathstrike talking trash, and he leaves them to fight.
Right. Okay.
And then in the beginning of the movie, when they invaded the school, Wolverine just goes on a rampage and just starts slaughtering everybody. Everything else in between, like, remember they left the school and went to Bobby's house. He told his parents he was a mutant, and then Pyro
That's where
starts.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Pyro starts doing his thing. That stuff was cool, but for me, it was just those two scenes were pretty much what did it for me.
So what you're saying is
X2.
X2. And then Tayshawn's X1.
Yeah, I said X1, but 2 to 1 is fine. Again.
Okay. So we are at the finals. Spider-Man 2 versus X2.
Oh man, this is actually pretty hard.
For the best pre-MCU movie. Marvel movie.
Lord Jesus. Help me.
I can't lie. I'm gonna pick Spider-Man because by default.
By default?
By default.
He's biased.
I'm biased.
We
towards
talked
Spider-Man.
about
I literally just said that like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, he said it. And I'm going to agree with him. Not that I'm biased. I just think Spider-Man 2 was a better movie.
It was. It was just hard for me to say, that's all.
You're not going to hurt X-Men's feelings, don't worry.
That check's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, they still made that money. Hugh Jackman is still playing Wolverine.
You're right. You're right. And you know what's funny?
That check's in the mail. Don't worry about it.
Spider-Man 2 was not only a good movie, but they made a great video game out of it too.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. It was amazing. It set the standard for a Spider-Man video game.
It set the standard for all these superhero games because that was like really the first open world superhero game that we had, right?
There was Hulk Ultimate Destruction, but I think that came later.
Come on, son. Come on. Let's be real.
But it's true.
Let's be real, sir.
He is still being honest.
Let me see what came out first. If you want to be honest with ourselves.
I'm never honest.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Disgrace.
All right, it came out 2003. And I believe
2005.
What?
Oh, so wait. No, they made a game for the 2003 Hulk movie.
Yes.
Right.
Ultimate Destruction was a sequel to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold
yeah.
on.
It's a standalone sequel.
The fuck?
Oh, so it was just Ultimate Destruction, but the other one was just Hulk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually never played the 2003 Hulk game. I wanted to.
Yeah, most people didn't. I remember actually, now that I think about it, that I was watching a YouTube video on it, and they were talking about how everybody talks about Ultimate Destruction, but they don't talk about the 2003 movie game.
Because it was trash.
Well, they said it was the same thing. It was just not as popular.
Oh, okay.
But technically, that was first.
Because it was trash.
Because I mean, really think about it. There's a lot of video games that are based on movies don't really pan out well.
Oh, absolutely. That's like a trope. Video game movies never work out.
Yeah.
Or video games. Almost. I'll say almost. Because sometimes they're actually pretty good.
Spider-Man 2 was pretty good.
Spider-Man 2. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes, that was amazing.
That had no right to be as good as it was.
It was and not only was it that good, it was way better than the movie.
Yeah, it was.
The movie was hot garbage. Like garbage. Like I'm talking
garbage.
I'm talking like New York City subway garbage.
Damn. That bad?
Yeah.
Bro, it was bad. They did not do they did not.
Let's put it this way. You know Deadpool, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Oh no, I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I remember that.
Just for that
what they did to him
travesty alone, it deserves to be put in the trash.
It was terrible. But the game was just like chef's
But yeah, the game it was like if you knew the game and not the movie, you'd be better off.
Right. What other video games based on movies were really good?
I can't off the like in general or like superhero ones.
Either or.
In general, then I can't think off the top of my head. I know there's some.
Good.
No. I know there's some.
Did y'all ever play the Batman Begins video game?
No.
Okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. I'm not saying.
Do you count Mortal Kombat?
No, because the movies are based off the games, not the other way around.
Okay.
We have to talk about this another time.
Mostly
this is its own thing. We could probably remember when I said we could do the tier list.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Sure.
So we going with Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, best pre-MCU Marvel movie.
So
ding, 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 ding.
Let's be honest. We separated the brackets, not that the Spider-Mans go against each other. There probably would have been Spider-Man versus Spider-Man in the finals anyway.
Probably.
Honestly, you might be right. It probably would be a Spider-Man movie that came out on top.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think it probably always would have been Spider-Man 2 just because all these other Marvel movies were kind of trash, let's be honest.
You're not wrong about that.
Most of them were trash. Like literally when I was seeding this, I found most of them were below 60 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I love every time when we get towards the end, producer Jay is like, all right, now that I'm done being nice, fuck it. Let my real opinion come out.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
it takes us 45 minutes, so we get there eventually.
And just a side note, I always find it funny how when people don't realize how good we have it until they go back. Like we just went back and like ranked or did the tournament for all these movies, and like once we did this, I realized how great the MCU is. I mean, I always knew it was great, but like I have a better appreciation for it now. Whereas there's people like who literally will say, like right now, like today is the worst time in the MCU, like the worst point or whatever.
I mean,
They have their reasons.
Yeah, like
They don't. Some of those are very younger people. That's like everyone says that, especially when it comes to everyone's like, "Oh, these video games are the worst video games," stuff like that. Everyone has their own opinion because some of them just don't understand.
well, not only that, like the people who are saying these things, the way that I see it is that they're what they believe is that the MCU is compromising story for agenda.
Production.
No, like you know what I mean? Like they think that they're compromising the source material and the comic storylines to push an agenda, like with the whole, with like they think that there's a whole feminist agenda or the
You mean those?
LGBTQ agenda and things
You mean
like
those
that.
people? I was just talking about the young kids.
Well, these kids, well, they don't know anything about they ain't been there, so
Yeah, I'm most there. You went to the other side. Those guys, those people were just fuck it. They're a little racist. It doesn't matter.
not only that, it's. I mean, I can see where they're
And
coming from.
sexist.
I can see where they're coming from. I don't necessarily agree because I mean, you read some of these comics and a lot of them are about civil rights and you know,
Some that that only becomes a thing when your movie really has to be decided on like what race the people are. When it comes to Black Panther, it'd be really weird if the superhero was from Portugal.
exactly. You know what I mean?
If it's a movie that revolves around like your race actually making a big transition, being a big factor in the movie, then you have to keep it the same.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they think that a lot of them think that they're not maintaining the source material, but changing certain things within the source material to fit in some sort of agenda.
The thing with that is that there's so many different variations of heroes and characters in the comics that to get upset about it not being one-to-one with those comics makes no sense.
That's what I say. I'm like,
Like
look, there's
for example,
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're right.
So I got into it with somebody over Moon Knight. They were saying that they didn't do the character justice, that they disavowed his Jewish heritage, and that they misrepresented his DID or whatever, and that he was never that way. And it's like, well, if you actually read some of the comics of Moon Knight, which I did in preparation for Moon Knight, you would know that there's like at least 4 or 5 different versions of Moon Knight, like in terms of the storytelling. There's one where he actually is a hero and he gets powers from a god. And there's one where it's literally all in his mind and he's not actually a hero and he's actually in a psych ward. So it's like there's so many different variations in the comics that if you get upset that the MCU version is not the same as that, that's just a different version.
Right.
So it's like you can't like not do the same thing as in the comics because the comics are always different.
No, you're right. You're right about that. I mean, just think about it. We have 3 separate Spider-Men now.
Exactly. And how many different Spider-Men are in the comic? They literally have a Spider-Verse of Spider-Men.
Exactly.
So there's no way you're gonna be able to do one-to-one because there's so many different versions.
Exactly. And to try to do that in a movie setting is incredibly difficult because you're trying to tell like weeks worth of material over the course of 2 to 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why this is just my personal opinion. I always felt like superhero TV shows make more sense because you have more story to stretch out.
They can follow the comic run because a lot of comics have 4 or 5, 6 episode or version or volumes.
Right.
So it makes for an easy translation into 4, 5, 6 episodes, you know?
I mean, more than that. Some get like 10, 12.
Well, yeah, depending on how long the comic runs for, but a lot of times it's only like 5 or 6.
True. But yeah, that's just how I always saw it because I'm like, I get where y'all coming from, but y'all have to understand that this is kind of where the comics, especially today and age, this is where comic books go.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's called an adaptation. It's not a translation.
Right. Damn, Jeremy. Say it again.
Adaptation.
Not translation.
Not translation.
Like this is how they view. This is them telling this version of the story.
Yeah.
You're right about that, bro. And they always say that whatchamacallit, a film adaptation of a on a comic base of the same name or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, this phase of the MCU to me isn't all that. I'll be honest. I like the earlier phases more, but that's just me. We'll see how the rest of the phase turns out in the future phases as they come in. All I can say is this: that the creators of the MCU, like these guys have vision, creative vision. You know what I mean? And
they know where they're going.
They know what they're doing. They got the money. They have the plans. They have the ideas. They got stuff planned out for how long? For God knows how long going forward.
Yeah, complaining about it now and saying like, "Oh, I don't like where it's at," is like complaining when you're in Pennsylvania coming from New York to California. It's like you just started. Only a few hours in. Relax. We'll get there.
It's like, damn, Dad, Mom, Dad, are we there yet? No.
Essentially.
Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. All I see are trees and woods. Well, where we're going, there's going to be like water parks and stuff.
Damn, that's a long ass tangent.
So what? You'll be all right.
All right, end rant.
God damn, that was a long
start
ass
your
rant. I ended rant. I have nothing to say.
That was the rant.
I thought. Okay.
Y'all talk for 20 minutes. The fuck you mean?
There he is. Go ahead. Start it, Tayshawn. Go ahead. Start your rant.
There's no rant. What rant can I have?
My rant takes place of Tayshawn's rant this week.
Okay. Why does everyone keep saying my government name? I don't understand. What's going
Tay,
on?
Brother Tay.
Fuck that nigga Tayshawn.
What the
fuck? All right, y'all. Tayshawn. Okay, Brother Tay. Tell them where they can reach us.
I don't even know anymore.
Oh my god.
Instagram.
That tangent was long. God damn.
But I bet you there's mad people who agree with us. So
that's fantastic. On Instagram, you can find us at excuse_me_brother, and then with an A, not an ER, like the N word. Right? Let's go.
Wow.
It's not the first time I said it. I'm gonna keep on making this terrible ass joke. Follow us on every app or any streaming platform that does podcasting, from Apple to Google to Amazon to Spotify to, I think, Overkill. Don't remember that's a real one. Don't worry about that one. You can email us. You can email us at, that's a sentence. You can email us. Yeah, still a sentence. At excusemebrotherpodcast@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Excuse Me Brother Podcast. Yeah, that's about it.
So yeah, y'all can also tell us what your favorite pre-MCU movie.
Hey, you got it now too. Email us.
Please tell us what your favorite pre-MCU movie was. Do y'all think we got it right? Do y'all think that Spider-Man 2 was the best pre-MCU movie? If you disagree, agree, hit us up. Tell us how you feel.
Do you agree?
Huh?
But this tournament is definitive, so your opinion will be wrong.
Oh, Jeremy has spoken. Producer Jay has spoken.
What is with you?
We turned him into a monster.
No, you turned him in.
You wanted me on this show.
I wasn't here.
This is what you get.
I wasn't even here. This is all you're doing. I did nothing wrong today.
I love it. Jeremy is he's.
What is with you?
He's coming to the dark side. Pretty soon his skin gonna get blacker.
I was about to say the racist joke. I was like, that's racist. How come the dark side is the evil side, huh, brother? Did you ever start to think and consider that?
Peace, love, and soul.
See ya.